look at it, I see things, I mean, I think they're taking off. I think good things are happening. But it's really your mindset and what you put into your mind, because that's going to be what you get back. I was talking to another agent not too long ago, and we were talking about how once you get on this wave and you start getting things going, that things start selling, success breeds success. And I think it's that mindset that you have, and I think that's what you project to other people is, that good things are happening, that you're positive. I think people see that or they feel it, there's a vibe there. But, what if I went to this race and was like, well, I'm going out there today, it's going to be a long day. I don't know, I just hope I don't drown on the swim, and if I make it, maybe I mean, if you can't, going back to what I was saying earlier about visualizing, I'd see myself complete this race many times. You put those positive thoughts in your head, and it's the same thing with anything else. Tools of the trade, you need the right tools. I started out on what is considered a cheap bicycle, a $400 bike, which most people, if you're used to Walmart numbers, it's that would seem expensive. And one of the deals my wife and I had is that if I signed up for this Ironman, I was going to get me a real triathlon bike, a carbon fiber bike. And I got a low end, entry level carbon bike. It was $2,500. So. The people I was riding with on the weekends, they had like $8,000 to $10,000 bicycles. Their wheels were $1,800 to $2,000 just for the wheels. So you need the right tools. You need the bike. You need the gear you're going to wear, the helmet, the shoes, the bike shoes, the running shoes. But I'll tell you this: there were plenty of races that I went to that there were people out there that had all that stuff and they were finishing last. So it's the same in our business. The right tools will really help you, and Bob's done a great job of providing us with our own website and things of that nature, giving us a lot of tools and giving us enough tools to be competitive. Now, you may want a fancier website or something that's going to draw more leads or this or that. And yes, those will help you. But if you don't work them, you're just going to be like that person on that really expensive bike that's just cruising along and everybody's passing by them. And quite frankly, it's one of those things that it's not a written rule or whatever, but I mean, you kind of laugh at them while you're doing it because it's like, they put the money into it, they just didn't put the time into it. So you do need the right tools, but the fancy tools don't guarantee success. So if you're a newer agent, you don't have all the websites, you don't have the latest technology, you don't have this, you can still be very successful in this business. Let's see here. Something else I found out is you're going to face obstacles. You just got to be prepared for them. I mean, there's nothing easy about any goal you have, whether it's doing an Ironman, whether it's real estate, whatever. I know there was a lot of days where the weather didn't cooperate. A lot of times we were out there running. I can remember getting off work one day and I had to go for a 6-mile run, and the heat index was 110. I mean, but then, as I got later in my training, it started getting colder. Night started getting here, days got shorter, so it was hard to get my work-ins out at night. And then the mornings, a lot of times I do my entire run, and it was, totally dark. Work got in the way. People be like, well, I want to look at a house this afternoon. Of course, I need to make money, but I'm supposed to go on a run this afternoon. So, okay, what am I going to do to get that run back in? And you have to juggle some things sometimes, but there's always obstacles. Always. And in our business, there is too. I don't have kids, but I know kids a lot of times are obstacles, unless you want my mom. I mean, she'd take us on appointments because we were good selling features. I mean, people buy something just get away from us. So just be prepared for that, and don't lose your focus throughout all that. It's really easy to get distracted, and you want to stay focused throughout it. You need to continue to learn. And one of the things you need to continue to learn is latest technology. I know I was always reading about new bike technology and running shoes and this and that, and trying to see if there was something that might help you. I think one of the best examples of this is actually Bob. He, for the longest time, it was a joke. No email, no smartphone, no nothing. And he realized the importance of it, and now he will text you, he will check his email. So, you know, we need to keep up with all that. It doesn't matter whether you've been in business for a year or for 30 years, because that's what our clients expect. Also, we need to keep up with new training, new techniques. You know, every year it seems like our contracts change. You need to know what's in it. You don't think we sit there and say, oh, I didn't know that's what was in the contract. You know, it's just like me training for this race. You know, what can help me? You know, I was reading a lot about trying to get faster on my run, because my run I didn't feel like it was fast enough, things of that nature. So, same thing in this business. You need to just stay up on all that. Then you need to enjoy the journey. You know, whenever I talked about my goal for this race, I wasn't out there to win it. I knew I wasn't going to win it. I did not train to win it. That was never a goal of mine. And I talked about earlier, we all have different goals. It's not everybody's goal to be the top agent in the county or in the state or whatever. My goal was to finish this. As I said, you've got 17 hours to finish this. As long as I finished in 16 hours, 59 minutes, 59 seconds, I would have been happy. But this was 4 years leading up to this, and in a year of specific training for this race that pretty much consumed my life. And it would have been a shame for me to go out there and not enjoy the day, because you put all this effort into it. And what if something went bad? You know, what if, you know, there's so many things that can happen. What about my bike? What if something went bad wrong with my bike? I wasn't able to complete it, or you know, whatever. I don't know. But you need to enjoy the journey. I enjoyed the training for the most part. I enjoyed the people that I met, the relationships that I made, the things that I learned along the way, the steps that I took to get better physically. And you know, that's why we need to be in this business and in life in general. We need to enjoy things. You know, we've got goals, and we want to reach those goals, and we want to stay focused on them. But don't stay so focused as you don't appreciate what's going on right here. Going back to what Rick Candace said about me being the worst swimmer he ever saw, I worked very hard on the swimming. As a matter of fact, I track everything, and that's one thing I didn't put in here, but it's something I think is very important, is you need to track what you're doing. You need to track how many prospect calls you're making. You need to see where that rates you and evaluate that. Because I know last year when I was doing a race, my bike was a lot slower than what I thought it should be. I was able to go back and look at my training, like, well, no wonder I was so focused on my swimming, I didn't do the biking portion of it, which really caught me by surprise. If I didn't have all those logs to track it, then I wouldn't have known that. But I have swam over 100 miles this year. And I had to, because I had to get better at my swimming. I mean, I just, again, it was not very good. But I can remember on the swim, it was a 2-lap swim, swam out half a mile, went down a couple 100 yards, and came back in half a mile, ran on the beach, and went out and did it again. And I can remember coming back towards the beach the second time, and kind of got my eyes started watering a little bit underneath my goggles. And you know, a couple of years ago, I would have been like, you know, just so happy because I was about to have to swim over with. Because, you know, normally it was, hey, if I could swim over with, I get on the race and I just got started. But, you know, I was just so emotional. I remember that portion of the race was almost over, you know. I put all this time into it, and in an hour and 19 minutes, that portion was almost over. So if I would have just been focused on that day, and that day would define what I did, and I think a lot of people who race these races do that. You know, it's that defining day, which it is a defining day, but it's the whole journey that kind of defines what you did. And so I want to make sure that whatever you do, you know, make sure to enjoy the journey. If you're the top sales agent, but you didn't enjoy it along the way, and you didn't make lasting relationships, I mean, what really did you profit there? I want to show y'all one video real quick. This is a short one. And then I will finish up and take questions or whatever I want to do. This is one that throughout the year, whenever I wanted motivation, I would watch it. I hope that sound works.